They saw me as a seductress, a threat.
Did Zendaya go and give her approval for this? Here's what I'll tell you is my whole conspiracy theory on how I think this is all gonna play out. AI generated content. Is it good? Is it bad? What should we do? Should we like it? Should we hate it? Is it just inevitable? It's something that's gonna happen, so you need to go and accept it. Well, there's a lot of questions in that, and some of them hopefully we can answer within this video. But this video, I wanna show you how far along AI is. We're gonna be looking at some trailers that were created just with AI, so we can see how far along it is. And if you're an actor, you can also kind of gauge how long is it until, or if it will ever happen, that AI will go and replace actors. We'll talk about that a little bit. I'll give you my perspective. You can feel free to disagree, leave it down in the comment section below, but I'm just gonna share my perspective. So first, let's just watch this trailer that was just made a few days ago by KH Studios. It's a trailer for Cleopatra, and they had Zendaya playing the lead of Cleopatra. So let's just go ahead and watch it.
Oh yeah.
They call me a queen, a ruler, a goddess. But the truth is, I am a survivor. In a world ruled by men, I claimed my throne not by birthright, but by sheer will.
I wonder if this was created from ChatGPT when it comes to the
I learned
dialogue.
early that power is not given, it must be taken.
That's pretty good AI right there.
Rome was not an ally. It was a beast to be tamed, a force to be bent to my will, but the price of ambition is always steep. They saw me as a seductress, a threat, an enigma. But I was
Well,
more
they really
than
did
they
make
could
her
ever
look like
understand.
Cleopatra.
History will remember me as they choose. But my story, my legacy, is eternal.
So first, love for Cage Studios for being able to go and make content like this. Very great to be able to see, especially with this growing development of AI. So here are some of my thoughts on this. First thing is why this could be good. Let's talk about the positive before we get to the negative. In the positive term, when you see this right here, this trailer has never been actually made. The movie hasn't even been created. So imagine somebody goes and writes a script and they really want to go and get this out there for people to see, but they need to have proof of concept so they can show people, hey, this is who I would cast for the part. Hey, this is the storyline I'm going for. Hey, this is kind of how it would look like. So you can get a picture, because if somebody gives you a script and you have to go and read it, there's only so much your imagination can do. Right here, you see exactly what would be in my mind, what I would picture, for example, if I had created this AI content. So that's one of the positive things that we have with AI, is that it can help artists who are wanting to create content get the word out, get the message out, and then people can try to get behind them and say, you know what, yeah, I do want to fund this. Let's try this out. Let's go and see, because now I'm seeing somewhat of a proof of concept. So that's one of the positive ways that AI can be really effective and beneficial for people to use. And I would suggest people go and use it that way, especially in the short term, because it'll be effective. Long term might be a different story. We'll get into that. But now let's talk about some of the negative things that aren't working here. First off, with Zendaya, how they put her in this part of the trailer, one of the things you have to ask yourself is, hey, did Zendaya go and give her approval for this? Did Zendaya say, you know what, yeah, you can go ahead and use my likeness for this. You can go ahead and give it a try. What if they created a horrific trailer, something that was terrible, something that was bad, that she didn't like, that she really wasn't interested in, that she didn't want to be associated with? What would happen within that dynamic there? Something just to think about. The other thing is, it's not a perfect trailer, at least with how we saw it here. A lot of this would have been done with one AI that created the image of Zendaya, and then another AI that added some of the movements in there, but it's not a perfect film. You can tell that it is AI created, so it's not 100% perfect yet. Also, when it comes to just the audio of the voiceover that they had, the voiceover, we could tell that that's not actually Zendaya speaking.
I claimed my throne not by birthright, but by sheer will.
It did maybe kind of sound like a person at times, but we could still tell that, hey, there's something here that it just seems a little bit like AI. So one of the things, if you're an actor, that you should find helpful is realizing that, okay, you're not gonna lose your job tomorrow, next week, next month. You have some time, so you don't really have to worry about that. But this is some stuff that I would think about. Now, this next clip that I'm gonna show you is gonna be something that's much more likely that you would see in a movie or a TV show. When you watch this, it would be hard for you to differentiate and go, wait a minute, that right there, that's AI. It would fool a lot of people. It fooled me when I had first seen it. So let's check it out just so you can see where we're at.
Looks like we got a new king of video.
So this here looks amazing. It looks really good. Again, when I had first seen it, it fooled me. If I was to go and see this in a theater, it would fool me. Now, the thing that does kind of give it away is just the sound aspect. But if you had somebody who was really great with sound and putting all the correct audio levels in there, it would appear a lot better. So that's one of the things that was a dead giveaway, but just based off of the visuals were very good. So now, here's what I'll tell you is my whole conspiracy theory on how I think this is all gonna play out with AI, with actors, what's gonna happen, because all actors are talking about right now is, hey, is my job gonna be replaced? What's gonna happen? This is what I think. This is my opinion. Go ahead and argue it down in the comment section below. Tell me why I'm wrong if you think I am. I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna have a big replacement of people as being actors in a movie, in a show with AI content, but I don't think it's gonna happen in the next year, 2 years, 3 years. My prediction is that it's gonna happen within the next 15 to 20 years. Now, I'm gonna tell you why. What do the movie studios want? At the end of the day, what is their goal? Their goal is to make the most amount of money possible. It's not about to go and make the best artwork out there. It's all about money. If they could make content of paint drying and make $2 billion off of that, they would go and make it. They would put it in the theaters and know, hey, people are gonna come and watch it and watch paint dry. Their whole job, their goal is simply just to make money. Is it wrong? Is it right? You can argue it either way, but that is their goal. That is what they're playing at. So you have to realize, is it more cost effective to make an AI character or to hire, say, Leonardo DiCaprio for $50 million? Well, when we start to weigh the costs, then you're gonna find out later on, especially when AI gets even more advanced, that it's gonna be way cheaper just to go and create an AI character. Again, their goal is to make money. If they can hire an AI character who will do all the emotions, everything they're looking for, that is the direction they will go. So, if we know that, then we know long term, in the long game from their perspective is, hey, yeah, we are going to go and create AI characters. That's the direction that we're going to be heading. Now, how does it get there? Does it just go and happen right off the bat, right at 15 years, right at 20 years, boom, all of a sudden we have AI content? No. Here's how it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen very slowly. And this is how I think about it. We have different levels and spectrums of actors. We have the big A-list Hollywood actors everybody knows about. Johnny Depp, Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, they're all right here. Think about it as an imaginary circle. And then when you go off of this circle and you start to spread out, you get a lot of other different type of actors out there. You have people who are in television shows, big time and small time. Then you have commercial actors. Then you also have people who are going to go and be voiceover actors. They're going to be voiceover for cartoons and animations. And then you also have people who do voiceover for audiobooks, so on and so forth. So it's this circle that spreads out. The closer you are, the more famous, the more well-known you are, that type of content that people actively go and see and realize who you are on the street. And then you have the wider spectrum over here. What's going to happen is they're going to start replacing the wider spectrum first, and then they're slowly going to start to go in. This is my prediction. And what's going to get hit first is going to be the voiceover artist. It's already starting to kind of happen now. And the first ones that are going to be hit are going to be voiceover for audiobooks. Because for audiobooks, people don't really care. Hey, is it a real person? Is it not? Does it sound good? Do I like the story? That's what they care about for the most part. So what's going to happen first is AI is going to attack there. And then what's going to happen is once people start to get used to that, once it starts to get really good, then it's going to start to go into the animation sector. Now with animations, cartoons, animated projects that you see in movies or on TV shows, who is the audience? Who is the audience when you have an animated movie? It's kids, it's younger people. So if you have a 5-year-old kid who's gonna go and watch a movie, they don't care if it's a real person who's doing the voice. They just care, hey, do I like it? Hey, Lilo and Stitch 3, 4, oh, it's funny, I enjoy it, I like the characters. That's all a kid cares about. Now, of course, a parent might care. Somebody who's older like you and me, when we watch it, we go, oh, wait a minute, we want it to be somebody real, but a kid doesn't care. And that's where a lot of the momentum will start to build from that point on. Because again, this is gonna happen with a 15, 20-year time span. They're gonna be doing this first for animations because you have to get programmed into getting used to this. Not everybody's gonna be used to it at first, but what happens if you're a 5-year-old and then you're watching this AI content, AI voices, you start to get accustomed to it and you're used to it and you go, oh, This is just what it is. This is all you're used to. This is all you know. It's not like when you and I were 5 years old and we know that there's a real person going and recording the audio, but this 5-year-old, they're not gonna know. And then when 15 years, 20 years go by, well, they're gonna be 20, they're gonna be 25, and they're gonna be so accustomed to all of this, they're gonna be very used to AI generated content, especially when it comes to the voices. Then you're also gonna be seeing this on YouTube. People are gonna use this all the time. They're already kind of starting to try it now, and it's with the voiceovers that kind of sound okay, but you know it's a voiceover happening. Once it gets even better and it becomes that much more real, people will use it even more, whether they're creating their own animated projects or whether they're just creating YouTube videos and they don't have a great voice. So then they go online to go and find a voice that works for their channel. It's gonna be something that's gonna grow in that sense first. People are gonna slowly get accustomed to it. Think about it with your grandparents. Your grandparents didn't have smartphones right off the bat. Everybody else younger had smartphones. And then gradually your grandparents thought, oh, you know what? Sure, let me give it a try. Now your grandparents may have it, but they're the ones who took the longest. The older you are, the longer it takes for you to get more accustomed to this. That's why it'll start, in my opinion, with kids first. Then what's gonna happen, it's gonna go and seep into commercials. And it'll be a gradual thing. It's not gonna be every single character. It'll just be some characters. Maybe it'll be just some background characters at first. Then it'll start to be some of the supporting characters. Then it'll be the main person in the commercial that they're gonna replace with AI. Again, it's a gradual thing. It doesn't happen all right off the bat at first. And then you're also gonna be walking through the mall, walking through stores. How many times do we see models holding up a product of perfume or wearing a certain outfit, and then we decide to go and buy that thing? Well, guess what's gonna happen? Instead of having to go and hire a model to go and pay them for the project, all we have to do is AI create it. It's cheap, it's fast, we can do it again and again, and that's what we're gonna see. And again, we're gonna get more used to it and we're gonna get more accustomed to it, that then we're just not gonna question it so much. Now the circle's gonna start to get even smaller from commercials, then it'll go into TV shows. Some of the smaller TV shows that maybe don't have a big budget, but they wanna go and try to create something great. Well, guess what? They have AI, so why wouldn't they use it? And then when we realize, wow, these smaller projects, they're creating something great using AI because they're forced to, because they don't have the money to compete with some of these other bigger budget projects, then it's gonna get good. People again will get accustomed to it, and then it'll build into the bigger TV shows, and then it'll get it all the way to the movies. It's gonna be a slow progression. Now, once it gets to the movies, do you think automatically they're just gonna go and replace Johnny Depp, Brad Pitt, Will Smith? No, what's gonna happen is, in my opinion, that they're gonna offer them, hey, we're gonna scan you, scan your voice, scan your body, we're gonna take your likeness, and then we're gonna go and sell that, or put that in the movie. And now think about it. Imagine you have an actor who's going and making $10 million, $20 million doing a movie, but you can only work on so many movies at one time. But let's say they told somebody, hey, you're gonna be working on this project. You know what? We want to go and pay you $2 million to go and do 3, 4, 5 other movies. Well, all of a sudden, that actor may have more incentive to just go, oh, all you need to do is just like take a picture and scan me, and I don't have to do anything. I'm just getting paid for doing nothing on those projects. And then while I'm also working on this project, that's how it'll start to happen. Again, people will get accustomed to it. People will get used to it until it will get to the point. Well, then they'll say, you know what? We're doing this AI content, so much of it. You know what? Let's just not go and use real people at all and only use the AI content. That is my prediction on how it will work. It's not going to happen all at once. It's going to be a gradual process. You're going to be at this outer field, slowly going in. And again, it has to start with the younger kids first. They get used to it because they're eventually going to be 20, 25 years old. And it's a process, to me, that will take 15 to 20 years. That's my opinions. That's my thoughts. Break it down. Tell me I'm wrong. Or hey, if you agree with it, leave it down in the comment section below. What can you do as an actor? You have to realize, hey, this may be the direction it goes. But guess what? Theater is going to become that much more important because that's where you can go to actually see a live performance. Wow, you can actually see somebody acting like a real person, not a fake person, but a real person actually on stage, having courage, having the ability to reach somebody in the back row. Theater will become that much more important as AI starts to grow because now you're really differentiating between fake and reality. And deep down, people love reality. So I hope you like this video. It's a little bit of a different one, but what we have to do, not just as actors, but as individuals, is plan for the future. Realize, hey, what is going to happen in the next 5, 10, 15 years, no matter what business that you're in. For acting, we have to think, hey, what is going to happen? Okay, great. This may happen. It may not. But you know what we can do? We can plan. We can prepare just in case this does happen. Okay, what do I do? Where do I want to be to still be in this business, to still have my art form? But you're planning. You're preparing. Prepare, prepare, prepare. That's the best advice I can give you. So I hope you all like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you stay up to date with everything. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, if you found it insightful. Also, our 10-hour acting masterclass 2.0 versions, always down in the description and comment section down below. And if you like this video, then you're really gonna love this video right over here. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.